Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the final match of today, the Play-In series of the OCE Championship. We are live from Showdown Studios, and of course, I think you know us by now, but I am Wolfie, I'm joined by Courier, and of course, Yummy Cheese Man. So, looking at this matchup here, Cryptik and Island, it is kind of, I guess, the old versus the new?
For sure. I mean, Team Cryptik have been here before.
Isn't it old versus the old?
It's the old versus the old.
It's the old versus the
Yeah.
old? I mean, Sammy's been around for ages.
Snarfs have retired like enough times to be everyone.
Yeah, Bango and Snarf. They've been together, they're experienced. Sammy and Adzi, they've been around for a while. And it's really just going to be one of these teams returning and one of these teams potentially retiring.
It's retirement. Incoming.
Yummy's being toxic.
I'm not toxic.
Alrighty, so between these two teams, we've seen a lot of Cryptik. We have also seen Island earlier today. Between it kind of panning out itself, Courier, how would you think that this sort of a series is going to go?
For me, the most important thing to watch is going to be Vive. Because a lot of the games that we have been seeing him in, he doesn't do a whole lot. He's just kind of the guy running around the pitch. When he steps up, there was the match where he did get the hat-trick and contributed, and they just stomped it. But being a player down, when it's this important, you just can't afford.
Definitely. There's one spot left, one final match, and you have to have all three players firing on all cylinders. And even last series, we kind of saw that similar thing with Adzi.
Yep.
He wasn't quite finishing his shots. He wasn't quite making the saves. But by the end, he was. You'd say that he didn't skip leg day like Wolfie because he was able to carry the team in the last game.
I'm not going to respond to that comment. I'm not gonna even give it the satisfaction of an answer. Thank you very
You just
much.
did, thanks.
All right, I skipped it. Fine. So now that we're into the final match, let's have a look at the bracket and kind of what we've gone through to actually get here.
It's been a tough match, and all in that upper bracket. We did see Chimpwits go through. We saw Justice Esports grind it through 2 Game 5s, but down in the lower bracket, we're all at this one spot remaining. Team Cryptik up against Island, making the lower bracket run.
It's an interesting one for me. So I wasn't entirely sure either of these teams are going to be a sure thing coming through. So it's a strong performance. And the fact that it wasn't any of the teams that immediately dropped down, these are teams that came through the upper bracket, does indicate some level of consistency.
Well, I had New Mono Ultra above both Team Cryptik and Island, and those are the two teams that knocked out New Mono Ultra. I thought New Mono Ultra would be here in the final, but now it is 2 surprises, so no matter what, we get a nice little treat at the end.
Oh, it's fresh.
Well, the good thing about the whole OCE shuffle is that we get, new teams coming out, so new formulas, new types of play styles that we haven't exactly seen before, and it also allows for some of these players that we haven't known before, aka Vive, to kind of come into the spotlight and to be, seen on stream, and a lot of the time as well, we get to see how he plays in that high competitive environment.
Kurdo as well, very similar, but I think when you put up the Vive versus Kurdo matchup, you're seeing a very timid player and Vive up against Kurdo, who's taken it the other way. He's gone hyper aggressive and played as solidly as possible. So that, to me, makes me think that Team Cryptik are going to win.
Yep, I'm going to double down on that as well. I literally had a page in my notes. So it's just like Kurdo passes, Kurdo was involved in, Kurdo was involved in, Kurdo own goals, Kurdo.
All right. Well, we are going to head straight into this matchup right here. And as we see Team Cryptik, they are coming out of the gates blaring. They want to keep that aggressive playstyle going. And whether or not it's going to work out for them, only time will tell.
But it's a strong start, already pushing into Island's half, locking them in with Kurdo and Sammy being involved in. If Sammy's pushing forward, they're feeling confident.
Now Sammy pushed into center, Alex. Adzi, again, he's highly aggressive, trying to make sure his team is getting those aggressive plays. Now Snarf, full control of the ball. Kurdo, he misses the boost. This is so bad for him. It seems as though Team Island are right there, but the demo from him clears it out. But it's an open net. Oh no. In it goes Vive. We were talking about him before. The rookie takes the shot and gets the goal.
Yeah, Team Cryptik completely out of place in that entire defense, but Vive, right place, right time, manages to finish it off. And I think that may give him some confidence to move forward and not just be the defensive player trying to hold the defense.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I thought after that demo that Team Cryptik were out of that place scot-free, but it seems as though Vive had the patience and the strength of character to actually go in there and take that shot. And what a boomer of a shot from Bango. Sammy's there waiting in defense. Snarf, good position from him. Seems as though they need to keep this pressure on in order to get any semblance of a goal. Now Kurdo pushed off to the side. Really good play by him, pushing it into a place where there is no defender from Team Island.
That's partly due to the fact that they did have that moment where 2 of them go up, taking one of their players out, and another guy's running up trying to cheat. situations like that open up your own goal and allow these pressure plays that lead to them to happen.
Wow, well, as we see, Team Cryptik get the retaliation goal. I really like this aggressive play from Kurdo. He recognized as well that Vive was nowhere near getting this goal, and there we go. Team Cryptik are back in this series.
The strong pressuring performance of Kurdo really puts Island underneath the thumb. And when you're already pressured, it's such a high tense situation, you can't afford to crack.
Now Bango pushes the ball way forward. Kurdo with a good clear off the side. Snarf. He's ready and waiting. Sammy with a good touch, but Vive is ready and waiting. Pushes it into center. Now Kurdo booms it away. Bango is the last defender there. No, I lied. Snarf is there as well. Good patience and actually a really nice communication little play from them. Recognizing that they could go for the player behind who had the better touch. Now Adzi clicks it away. Tries to keep this aggression on and keep the aggression forward so that they can get a goal.
Bango on the flip side, though, has been going for the bumps in the demos to try to take them out of the play. Doesn't matter, though. Another goal coming out. Adzi to score.
I really like how Adzi's playing this matchup. Previously, before, we've seen him kind of creep up out of the net or out of defense, and it's worked out so well, so fast for him, getting this goal and keeping Team Cryptik in the lead.
The threat generated by Kurdo, knowing that he's going to run up, has forced Island into weird situations. A lot of the time, he takes out more than one player just by the pace and the 50-50s he's managing to pull.
3 minutes left in this matchup. Team Cryptik go for a free shot. Sammy had an open net. Very tough angle, so close from him. And our Island really need to get some retribution. Bango, it's just Sammy. Good fake from him. Can he do it? He does! Bango, what a nice solo play.
Another one of his testament, tried and true methods as he goes for the solo plays. Him doing dribbles and the big solos is how he managed to pull ahead last year in league play, or last season rather. So it'd be good to see him do it again.
This reminds me of the old Bango that we used to know many years ago now, where he would just be outplaying his opponents left, right, and center. He's keeping Island in this, and it seems as though they need to be doing those individual plays to get any sort of a goal out of Team Cryptik. Now Sammy touched it off to the side. Adzi is not in a position he needs to be. And look, Bango playing so aggressive.
It's good to see he's moving up and having that confidence, but it's whether or not it's going to cost something in terms of positioning for his teammates when he does rush forward. We need to look at how it affects the rotations.
And Bango, it's a free net. Can he dribble it? He can't. Didn't have enough boost to keep up the speed and the pace in order to get that play going. Now Kurdo, Vive is on the back foot. This could be so bad. It is! Kurdo, what a banger of a shot.
It's that awkward moment when you're sitting in the defensive position, running out of boost, then Kurdo just comes at you with absolute terrifying speed and bangs it away. You have no chance.
Well, what happens when you're in defense and you're actually facing your car backwards? You have way less time because you have to turn around and then get up to the ball while all your opposition has to do is get up there.
And so Vibe was only sitting on like 12 boost as well. He just been floating in the midfield watching and not making something of it.
What
Freebie.
a intercept from Kurdo. He's playing out of his mind. He is basically taken Island to town. What an intercept and a shot. Look at that. They tried to pass it over to Vive. He was a little bit too slow there. Whether or not it was an intentional pass or not from the side of Island. But man, Team Cryptik, they are asserting dominance in game one.
It's a high-scoring affair with 4-2 and the match still only halfway through. What more can they pull out? Bango being able to get the intercepts may be good for them, but only time will tell if they can keep it up.
Now Bango pushed it into center. That should not have gone in, but what a goal from him. It seems as though Island are back in this game. A lot of defensive mistakes from the side of Team Cryptik is not exactly what you want to be seeing, because if they end up getting into league play, they will be majorly punished for that by the strongest teams in OCE.
The leverage they do have once they get into league play, though, is knowing that Vive is new to the roster. There's a lot of potential for growth, where Sammy, Kurdo, and Adzi are players that we have seen a lot of, so they don't have as high of a potential ceiling.
That's right. Now here we go with Team Cryptik. They want to keep this lead going, keep the pressure on. Snarf with a good push into center, trying to make up the team play for his team here. Adzi off to the side. Nice little touch from him. He's keeping ball control, actually, making sure that Island can't do anything with it. Kurdo pass back to Sammy, but Vive is ready and waiting. Bango, has he got the doink? He doesn't. But you could see the ideas there. They had the right strategy, just not the right implementation.
And the trust was good. All three players were involved in that pass play. Not only did they pass forward, they also passed back, and they didn't get punished. So it means they had good communication when they came back to the rotation.
I feel like both of these teams are just trying out different things in game one to make sure that they could do anything. But look at that. If Kurdo had shot that on net, that would have been a free goal. With a minute remaining, they are only one goal ahead, and with the way that this game score has been, it seems as though it could go any way. 1 minute left. Bango booms it off to the side. Adzi goes for the wall clear. He gets it. Really nice EU clear from him. Snarf forced to go back. Boom River clear. Vibe is up for it. Great communication from Island. Off the backboard again. Sammy goes for it. Adzi with a bit of a double touch. That's a free net. Snarf abuses it. Island are back in this match.
3 people were there on defense. There was opportunities to be had, but it was so difficult to read after it came off. Snarf just be able to utilize that.
Wow, that was an unfortunate little touch from the side of Team Cryptik, but it worked out in Island's favor. And for them, they must be feeling a sigh of relief after being so far down in the early minutes of this match. And now it's back to 4-all.
There's a bit of a stage in the game where you do have that massive lead. You're 2 goals up. You can slow the pace of the game down. You don't have to take the risk. You can be a little safer. And that's something Team Cryptik has not been utilizing.
Now here we go. Team Cryptik pushes it away. Straight over to Vive to Bango. Can Bango push it away? He does, but Adzi's ready and waiting. I think Snarf, he was fast, but a little bit too keen on that one there. Vive, good patience from him. He didn't even budge when that demo was going to happen. It's an unfortunate touch from Kurdo. This could be very bad from the side of Team Cryptik. It looks like it is. Snarf sneaks it in. 3 seconds to go. I think Island have got this.
What a comeback as well with 3 seconds left on the clock. The person I'd expect to score would be Kurdo anyway, so there's no way that they're going to pull this out from under the rug.
Wow, Island must be breathing a tiny sigh of relief here with 3 seconds to go. It is still on. It's very cautious for each of these. We've seen some interesting things happen on the international stage. What a boomer, so close. Imagine if that was on net. That would have been 5-all for this match.
10 goals as well going into league play would be a crazy way to start.
Yeah, pad your stats a little bit, huh? Yeah, I think for this one though, Courier, I'm honestly impressed by the way that Vive's playing in comparison to what I've seen previously. Right, he seems as though he is there when he needs to be, and you could see as well, Snarf would boom it across, Vive would be up there and ready for the pass.
Yeah, he's definitely bridged the gap in where he was earlier, and having that trust in his teammates. I think there's a point where if you win enough games, you're like, you know what, I probably can. Yeah. I'm good, but maybe I can do a little bit more.
Yeah, you know, apart from all the trash talking that happens is obviously the bit, you know, that confidence coming into his play, which is what we really like to see. And if they can continue that, I mean, although it was a very, I guess, kind of strange game in the way that it played out, you know, being a 5-4 scoreline, so a lot of defensive mistakes from both of the sides. If Island can keep up those aggressive plays and the confidence, then they could probably push forward and even into league play.
Yeah, and I think on the flip side, we do have a situation where Cryptik needs to leverage their advantages when they get them. They have this great ability to go nuts. They can just hold down the accelerator, get the boost blowing, and then get the lead. But you don't have to keep doing that. You don't have to have that risky play once you're already ahead. That's when you take off the brakes, force your opponents to take risks, and then you can leverage that into wins.
Yeah, one thing that I really want to kind of highlight here, though, is I feel that Sammy is a little bit too far back for this matchup. It would work against teams who are a bit weaker in their offense, where they kind of just, you know, from what we've seen a little bit earlier, where there was just kind of a lot of shots taken on net, not necessarily a powerful shot, but just like, kind of get it out there. Yep. And then Sammy himself, he was able to, because he was so far back, was able to receive that. But up against Island, right, from what we've seen, Snarf kind of doing those little sneaky shots, you know, getting those Batmobile shots out of nowhere.
Yep.
And then seeing how Sammy is that little bit too far back that he's kind of out of the play, which is not exactly what you want to see. So for me, I'd like to see Sammy move forward out of defense, not necessarily too far forward, but move forward from where he is, because I feel like he's just out of the play.
Yeah, just sitting like slightly behind midfield or somewhere around that point, where at least if something does happen in the action, you know, like, hey guys.
Yeah. Well, in all honesty, you could probably take a leaf out of Jake's book, right? Where he was kind of known for that player who would be so patient in that midfield and be in the right spot at the right time, which is what he needs to be now.
Brainy bot Jake.
Yeah, that's right. So I think he needs to turn himself into basically a very hyper-aware player in that midfield in order for his team to come out with a win. Because they were close that match, don't get me wrong, but for me, I could see that they can improve and they can do it very quickly here. And so hopefully Sammy will come out cross with it now. Snarf pass it off to his teammate Vive. Kurdo, the aggressive player that he is. Nice little pass off. Sammy, he's up a little bit too slow there. You see how Bango was so quick to that one. Adzi with a bit of just a kind of toss away. Snarf off the side. This is an open net for Island. Can they do it? He can. Snarf's there. It's bouncing up high, but Vive is ready and waiting. What a little finish.
Yeah, patience as well, just staying back, letting the ball come through. There'd be a level of communication with his teammates knowing that that's going to go that way, and then baiting Adzi.
Look, whether or not that backflip from Vive
I'm going to give him full credit.
Full credit?
Full credit.
Do you want to just emphasize that full one last time?
Hat trick. That's all I'm saying.
I think, let's just say, he was in the right spot at the right time, and that's all you need to be. Because, look, I said it earlier, you don't need to be good, you just need to be better than your opposition.
Well, we talked about awareness, right?
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see that from the side of Island. Snarf with a really nice demo from him. Vive pushed away into center. Bango's up for it, but so is Sammy. Bango with the touch. This is dropping straight down, but no. Good defense from Adzi. A bit of a triple commit from Team Cryptik, but it worked out. This is straight over the net. This is in. And Vive doesn't have enough boost. The rookie making that defensive mistake.
Couldn't have seen it coming.
Yeah, wow. Well, it seems as though Sammy is playing as aggressive as ever, and he needs to for this sort of a game. But look already, it's only been a minute down, and it's 1 goal each. We saw 4-3 last match. Sorry, 5-4 last match. Whether or not this one's going to be a high score or not, I personally think it is going to be. And whether or not for this individual match, whether it kind of breaks the nerves or whether both teams kind of go, oh, no, we can do this because we made a lot of mistakes.
I think it'll be another high match. We did see the triple commit coming out of Cryptik, and it still led to a goal. That means that Island's defense had a huge hole that they managed to find, and here's the goal, starting this train forward into the 10-goal series.
Speaking of holes in defense, look at this. Adzi, he pushed it away. Vive, again, the rookie is making a couple of clinical mistakes, which Team Cryptik, they're there, and they are showing that they are as aggressive as ever in order to get to those balls.
You can't afford to pass it in front of your goal when you have a hungry hippo like Kurdo, just happy to run forward and eat it.
Yeah, because Kurdo is that aggressive player, he is there all the time. Because if you expect that there's going to be no one, Kurdo's going to be there. And again, Kurdo tries to clear it away. Good little push. Snarf, so aggressive in offense. Good turn from Vive. Doesn't have the boost. Good demo from Kurdo, actually. Gives them a moment of respite. A boomer from Adzi, but it's a pass straight over to Vive. And now look at this. A beautiful pass from Team Island. And a dunk. Oh, no. Disaster from the side of Team Cryptik. Kurdo thought that there would be no dunk happening from Vive, but Vive, with a bit of a quick challenge, was getting there in time.
And a good pass play as well. It's good to see that he does have these moments where he has some major falls, but he stumbles for a bit, then gets back onto his feet and manages to get back involved in those pass plays. Where some players may just decide to fall back, start to turtle in defense and allow their teammates to run forward, which have an even worse consequence.
It's really interesting as well because this is do or die for both of these teams, and the fact that the scores are always so close, the nerves must be getting up and up because you think about it, you're like, oh, it's game 1. Oh, it's okay. Game 2, you're like, oh, it's okay. And then eventually when you get to game 3, 4, and 5, you eventually go, holy crap, it's not okay. I'm freaking out.
And you have to think what we're playing for. Bango, though, the dribbles are coming back. This is the Bango we want to see as they pull ahead, take the lead, and this is where they can start securing the match.
Well, I feel as though Island are having the room in order to make these offensive plays. You know, we saw before Snarf and Vive, they were passing it between each other, and now Bango's getting into the play as well. So I feel like for this team here, Team Cryptik are not challenging enough in the midfield. They need to increase that in order for Island to kind of be shut down in the midfield and shut down completely.
Yeah, it's too hot and too cold. They have the moments where they have enough boost, they run forward, they make the action happen, they go for the demos, and then they all have to recharge, and they just give too much space to Island, who then can make the play and have the control, except they score.
Yeah, you see this here. Look, Island again, they have so much room. Adzi actually able to go up for the boomer. It's an open net. No, it's not. Vive with a great clear. Bango has the solo dribble. He goes to the flick. He gets it. It's a backboard, though. So unfortunate from him. You saw the essence of the great play from him.
And you know he communicated to his teammates that he had it because they didn't move forward. They were happy in defense and just let the play come down.
Absolutely. Here we go now. Adzi playing aggressive as ever, trying to get the demo in. That's a good backboard play, but a great clear from the side of Bango. Snarf, over to Vive. It's an open net. The retaliation goal is there. Island, they are taking this series. They say, this is our game. This is our match. This is our series.
And we're getting some good plays out of them as well. The way they're now communicating, Vive being in the correct position for his teammates to pass to him, getting him involved will enable him to get better over the course of the competition because he is that player that you can leverage the most out of because there's so much potential for growth.
Well, we've seen Snarf and Bango play out of their minds before. A lot of the time, many, many years ago. And now we see them again, hopefully getting into league play for their sake, just to show the world that we are not too old and we are not too slow. Now Adzi is trying to push up, keep this aggression going. Team Cryptik, pass it to center. Snarf, cleared away. Sammy, look at how patient he's being. He recognized he had so much time, doesn't need to rush a touch. And look at this, an interesting one from him. That's Sammy pushing it off to the side. A pass play, Island have full control. No, it's a whiff. I thought that one was going to go straight into net, but unfortunate miss from him. Now Sammy again bumps it up. Vive off to the side. Boomer of a shot. Sammy getting so close. He needed this goal in order to get back into this match.
They need to start converting, and I think you can see just how much pressure is getting to them. Not only are they playing for the opportunity for league play, they're playing for a chance to win $50,000. They're playing for a chance to go to RLCS. All of their dreams are on the line, and that just gets to you and it makes you crumble.
Especially when it's the do-or-die match for the play-in. Now Vive, fortunate miss there. Bango from Snarf. Good little play. It's sitting above net. Oh, what a unfortunate touch from the side of Team Cryptik, but Bango has kind of walked away with this goal here.
And I think that's the end of this game. 3 down, 45 seconds. The Cryptik we're seeing now is not the Cryptik that's going to be getting that quick goal straight off the kickoff, converting quickly, big pass plays.
No.
It's a different beast.
It is a very different beast. This right here is not what we've seen previously, because we've seen them play up against other teams who don't put as much pressure on that Island does. And you see as well, when Team Cryptik doesn't challenge in the midfield, they just run away with the ball and get those free goals. As we see it with 30 seconds to go, I hazard a guess. Oh, what a close shot from him, but I hazard a guess that this game is all but over.
And especially when we're seeing those double commits, whilst it was the good time for someone to go up quickly, both of them were going up, which shows that into the next game we can expect similar kind of mental fortitude problems.
But a good pressure play from Adzi. Snarf thought he had the clear, but unfortunately didn't get it. Seems as though Team Cryptik are not necessarily out of the series, but as I said it before, I feel like they're out of this game.
And then you have 3 opportunities for Island to take it, to get that secured spot in the league play, whereas Cryptik has to be consistent now, which they've struggled with across this entire competition.
Yeah, well, we haven't exactly spoken about it too much, but it seems like nerves, especially in this case, are going to be very high from Team Cryptik, because right now it is do or die. They will be out if they lose any other game in this series, because it is now 2-0 up to Island. And whether or not Island can continue the fine form, at least that we've seen him in this matchup here, because look at that, Vive top on the scoreboard itself, taking the most amount of shots for his team.
And that shows not just that Vive is playing better, but the rest of his teammates are trusting him as well, because they're the players that Snarf has the ability to pass a lot better than a lot of people currently on the pitch. And because he's choosing to pass to Vive and Bango's choosing to pass to Vive rather than dribble himself, knowing that he is a competent dribbler, shows that the trust is there. They're going to be more cohesive, gives them more options in how they play. And when Cryptik are already struggling on defense, one more thing they have to think about is just going to throw them off.
See, I do have to agree with you there. I feel as though Bango is kind of the catalyst for how Island are playing so well. Because Bango himself, he's kind of going for those dribbles, going for those flicks to disrupt the play from Cryptik. And that allows Vive, as we saw there, to take as many free shots as he likes. Because a lot of those goals, were either passed away from Snarf or, kind of a dribble flick from Bango. And then Vive's sitting there being like, I like open nets. They're pretty easy to hit, yeah.
Yeah, it was like me in primary school soccer, just kind of standing there next to the goal, like,
yeah, and
full credit.
I have to say, I'm really impressed with how Vive is playing. Although, it will be interesting, obviously if he gets through, but it will be interesting to see how this team stacks up against those high-performing teams and whether or not Vive is up to it. But I think for now, from what we've seen of the 2 games in this series, he is definitely stepping up onto the plate.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing is fine for now, but it is going to be about the growth. You may be able to find the open nets when you're up against Cryptik.
Yeah.
It's whether or not you come up against an open nets when you see Torsos running at you. It's a very, very different situation.
Yeah, it's a very different beast, especially on, say, a international or even a live stage. So definitely needs to get as much experience as possible. And as I say all this, Team Cryptik layering on the pressure. No, it didn't go in. I thought that was an own goal. Pinch away. Sammy tried to go for the aggressive play. Bango. Now he has the shot. Can he get the air dribble? He can. Have to say as well, Bango in the air has been so dangerous tonight. Well, today, sorry.
It's a shame under the new point system. No credit.
No credit for air dribbles, but that's all okay. We are his credit. Now Adzi, he goes up for the ball. Good touch from him. Can he pass it away into the center? He does. Gets passed away from Island, actually. Now Vive gets a nice EU clear. Good from him. Adzi pushed away to the side. Island having a bit of respite. They are passing away. Look, no one's challenging from Team Cryptik, hoping that they're just going to pass it away and not use the space effectively. But they really are. Look at how aggressive. Kurto doesn't exactly know where to be. And look at this. He gets the touch. He does. Oh, the double touch. Can he beat 3? No, he beats 2. Bango stepping up to the plate with that 50-50.
Yeah, Cryptik, though, struggling to break out of their half and get some meaningful touches that can be converted to goals. We have seen that going incredibly fast, taking those risks may be what they need.
Yeah, did you see that just there? Is that Kurto was waiting all the way back and Island was just passing between themselves. They take the shot. They don't exactly make it. Sammy's up for the ball now. Snarf goes for the challenge and he makes it. Island, I feel like they're in pretty good control of this match, but with a minute 30 down, it's close as ever.
Yeah, it's win or risk or die is what I'd say this game is. You got to just come out guns blazing as Cryptik because you only have one opportunity now, so you might as well just try lock that in quickly.
Yeah, and I think the boost economy is going to be a big factor in whoever wins this one here, whoever can starve the other out of boost. But we will only tell that with time. Now Snarf touches away. Vive is the only one left, but good position from him. Gets a nice clear. Bango with the touch again. Beats the opposition. Kurto doesn't know what to do here. Look at this three-man commit from Island. They recognize that they can do that, and they're not going to get punished in defense.
Yeah, Snarf with the 50-50 in the nick of time, allowing his teammates to rotate back. Whilst Cryptik may keep control, it did give him enough time to recover.
And here we go with Snarf cleared it away to the side. Sammy trying to pass it over to Kurto. I feel as though Kurto hasn't had the room in order to breathe in this match. He's kind of been stuck, not exactly doing what he wants to be, not playing as aggressive as he'd like to be.
You can see the indecision as he slightly toggles his car back and forward as he's moving, because he doesn't know if he wants to go rotate back because he's unsure if it's safe, or to push forward like he typically would.
The nerves are definitely there, but a good clear from Snarf. He has a bit of time, but Bango goes for the challenge instead. Snarf clears it. He's going to get the clear. A good call from Vive, recognizing he had the better touch. But look at this passing play between the two. There's no challenge from the side of Cryptik. Sammy needs to do something with this ball, but it just gets passed up. And a quick play from Bango. This could be a goal-scoring opportunity. It is not. Boomer from Adzi onto the back wall. Snarf, look at that. He tells Vive, he's like, I got this. This is my clear.
Bango, though, across the pitch, almost gets up, makes them rush the play, enabling them to get control back, and the net is open for the finish.
Wow, Adzi, what a good double touch. It actually kind of fakes out Snarf. He doesn't exactly know what to do here. Bango is ready underneath him. Sammy touched up again. Vive now goes for it. He gets it. Kurto, he's ready and waiting. But look at this aggressive playstyle from Bango. And Snarf's there. It's an open net. No, he misses it, unfortunately. Not what you want to be seeing, but both of these teams, the scoreline is 0-0. They are playing a lot scared. Oh, they are playing very scared, sorry. That's not good.
The pressure's getting to everybody. Us at the desk, too. The goal is now open. Huge demo. Snarf just needs to connect. But again, the pressure, it was a difficult angle, though.
Wow, now Kurto has full ball control. There is only Vive in net. Can he do something to outplay him? He does, but he dribbles it straight over. But Snarf is there and waiting. Feels like Snarf has been the guardian angel in defense. Exactly what they need. Sammy goes up for the ball. Adzi didn't touch it, so it wasn't exactly away. Island, they are on the offense here. Vive doesn't get the touch. It's an open net. Snarf thought Vive would get the touch. But here we go. It's an open net. It's a... Oh, no! So close. Adzi just kicked it off to the side. Seems as though Island have a good goal-scoring opportunity. Can they do something with it? It's boomed into the center. A demo play comes out from Bango. It's cleared away to the side. Snarf again. Island could have taken a goal-scoring opportunity.
Yeah, the pressure is getting to both players, but the defense is staying strong enough to make up for the fact that there are free goals being shot at them occasionally. It's good to see at least when they're there, they're going to block it out.
Now Kurto, he has some time. There's two players in defense. Now Sammy backs him up. It's a boomer. It's open. It's not. Vive gets to it. What a touch from Snarf away from Adzi. A little bit too far back from the play he was. Zero boost play from Snarf. Good idea from him. Keep the pressure on. Prioritize the ball over the boost with 9 seconds to go. This could be our overtime in game 3 of 5. Very, very nervous from both of these teams. 1 second to go, and down it goes. Overtime. Both of these teams quaking in their boots. Island a game away from winning. Cryptik a game away from losing everything in this play-in finals.
This is a dangerous situation for Cryptik. Besides the fact they're down 2 goals, we've seen that they're having some struggling problems when moving forward and backing each other up. We said Sammy doesn't come forward enough, and now this is their moment to do so, and they've done it! They've broken that habit, and they've taken that game.
Island a little bit too awkward in defense, but Cryptik with the backboard play from Kurto, he went up for it, and he actually used his last smidgen of boost. What a goal from him! Team Cryptik are back in this.
They have a chance. Now this is their go for the reverse sweep. I love that they had that patient moment, just looking for that final touch to finish it out, despite the fact they were struggling throughout the course.
The nerves are definitely there. Island, that was a triple commit for that clear. It is not what they wanted, but they thought that they needed to do it to get it out of there. And I have to say it, I feel as though Vive on defense is not what he wants to be doing, because a lot of the time he'll be, say, in net, go up for the ball, Snarf comes across from the side and booms the clear. Vive kind of goes, oh, okay. And you can definitely tell that there's not necessarily unrest, but compared to the first 2 games, not as clean as we've seen them before.
It could be potential trust issues, because originally we did see Vive was sitting a lot further back. I think as the pressure's starting to ramp up, Snarf is a player that can be prone to tilting. And
Okay.
that could enable him to be like, I'm really worried about the situation. I'm going to run back and try save it, which pushes Vive out of the expected spot for his rotation, and then just leaves them all in an awkward spot. Except Bango is probably at the front.
So, well, as I said it before, I feel like Bango is the catalyst, so he has trust in his teammates. I feel like Snarf is definitely the one who doesn't exactly have the most trust. And I'm not saying there's no trust, because a lot of the time in offense, you'll see their positioning is like, I trust my teammates going to hit this. We're going to have enough time to actually get back into defense and be able to clear the ball whilst also making this aggressive play. So there is definitely a bit of trust there, but I have to say, Kurdo's aggressive play style really came to show true in that last segment of the match. That overtime, just straight up, bang, top corner, in he goes.
That's what we need. He seems to be very hot-cold. It's whether or not he's on or he seems somewhat scared. And we need to see him just go guns blazing to get the first goal, and then they can sit on it after that, relying on some good defense.
Now we go into game 4 here. Team Cryptik looking at making a bit of a comeback. Island trying to consolidate their victory. Snarf, he grabs the boost, gets the ball. Good flick from him, straight over Adzi. Bango's up for it as well. This is a free net. No, it goes off to the side. So close from him. Vive needs to make sure that he can do something with this.
And now, though, they're going to be locked in their half. This is an opportunity for Cryptik, but too many of them have positioned. The pass back, smart play, though, and the challenge doesn't come out in time, so they get another chance.
Team Island. Look at this awkward rotation from Snarf. No, he goes for the shot instead. Bit of a cheeky play. Sammy is ready and waiting in the defense. Sammy to Adzi, now hopefully to Kurdo. He gets to it, he does. It's off to the side. Island, their accuracy, I feel, is not exactly where they want it to be.
Miscommunication there. Both of them calling the shot. You could see as they started to turn, but now Island wasn't in a position to really leverage that, letting Cryptik continue to hold the ball.
I still like though how Team Cryptik is still going for team plays. They're not totally abandoning it and saying, "Oh no, it's game 4. This is do or die." They're saying that we have the best shot here. With 4 minutes to go, we can take a little bit of a risk here because we have to take risks in order to win. Now Sammy gets the touch. Snarf. Look at how aggressive Island are placing themselves. Adzi boomed it off to the side. Vive is straight up the wall. He whiffs it on the wall, actually. Now Snarf. Touched off. Bango goes for the touch. It's a miss. Snarf still has full control. Sammy goes for the backboard play. A great clear from Vive, though. Works out in his favor. Now Bango pushed to center. Snarf is there. Can he go back to Bango? No, he can't. Good defense from Team Cryptik. They are holding it together with 3 minutes remaining in this match. It's looking like it's going to be a close one, exactly the same as the previous.
Yeah, interesting pass back there. Bought themselves some time, but also allowed Cryptik to reposition and get it right back into their half. You need to be a little bit faster on the offense because Team Cryptik loves being given extra time.
Well, you can see that Bango and Snarf are previous teammates because they are back and forth again. It's an open net. Snarf secures it. They take the lead 1-0 against Team Cryptik.
What a beautiful way to open it up as well. Passing it across to your teammates, everyone being slightly faster than the opposition, facilitated Snarf to be able to get an open goal.
What I'm loving in this match is how close these goals are. You saw as well, Kurdo was an inch away from getting that, and it was just that little bit extra pace from the side of Bango, which gave him the pass, which led to the goal from Snarf.
Yeah, this match is a battle of inches all the way through as they just need to break ahead because that little inch becomes a mile.
Now Vive touched it off to the side, but he gets cleaned out, it seems. Bango, up he goes. Kurdo gets the demo. It is a free net, but there is no one, but Adzi is there. Kurdo tries to get the clear. He's a little bit too fast there, a little bit too hasty. Whether or not that's the actual nerves or...
I think both of them were trying to go back to boost. On both sides of the pitch on Team Cryptik, they were both empty, so they went for a hard reset, enabling them the pressure for this.
What a nice play from Team Cryptik. A beautiful clear off the wall from Sammy. And then can he bump him? He does, but no. Snarf actually jumped over the top and had the peace of mind to actually get to that ball. An impressive play by him.
Oh, that's brave, Kurdo. That's way too brave.
Kurdo, not what you want to be doing in the game 4 and the game which you could possibly be losing, because right now Island are 2-0 up. Team Cryptik seem to be on the back foot and it's not working out for them.
You got to have respect. When your opponents are very happy to close in, you have Bango that wants to run forward. Actually, everyone on Island is starting to get happy running forward to try pressure you into these situations. You can't try dribble in front of your goal.
Well, you can see that Island are definitely getting comfortable in this matchup. Whether or not Team Cryptik need to switch things up in order to make sure that they get anywhere near league play, they do. Look at how aggressive all of those 3 players were. Team Cryptik were all up, ready and waiting for this one. Beautiful touch from Adzi, straight into the roof. Kurto was right there saying, I got this is mine.
It was a good 3-man play. It was fast, which is something they can definitely leverage going forward, and it's a skill you really need to have hammered home when you go up against some of the powerhouses that have been over to RLCS.
Kurto going for the solo play again. Adzi goes up for it, but look at how fast Bango is. That's a double demo from Snarf. Kurto respawns just in time. Sammy has the ball. It seems like an open net. No, Sammy! Bango takes abuse of the fact that there was double demo from Snarf. Look at how aggressive that was and how well placed Snarf's demos were. Just put them completely out.
I love his choice of angle as well, just putting it straight on through. Nothing too fancy, nothing too risky, because there's been too many opportunities lost this match. He does it clean.
The demo play is working out. Snarf taking a little leaf out of Yummy Cheeseman's book. Being very, very aggressive, which is nice to see. Now Bango, he has an open net. Is that the goal to finish it? It might be, but no. The retaliation goal from Adzi. This game is not over yet. Adzi puts it into the net. He says, hell yeah, this is our game. We are not out yet.
This is another case where they have these beautiful long-distance shots, and Island needs to learn when to just sit on their victory. You can have these great 3-man aggressions, but when they fall apart, you're conceding a goal guaranteed. The risk is not worth the reward.
Island do not need to get comfortable. They have to stay aggressive, keep the pressure on. Not necessarily overcommit, but speaking of overcommitting, Adzi, with 2 goals in the space of about 10 seconds, gets a free goal.
Yep, they've done it again. They're just too much. Like, what was the success on that, right?
Look, in all honesty, I feel as though Vive was completely gone from that play. Whether or not he was actually taken out, all we saw was Bango and Snarf, and they were both going for boost. So it's interesting to see, with a minute left remaining, maybe Team Cryptik could come back into this, or maybe Island could take it away. I'm not too sure. But look at this from Snarf. A really nice play from him. Gets the solo touch, goes again, but Kurto is ready and waiting. Adzi is up for the ball. Can he take another beautiful shot? He needs to consolidate their victory. Snarf, up it goes. A little bit too slow from Kurto, it feels, but a great pass over to Adzi. Look at this positioning. What a boomer! Is that it? No, it's not. So close from him. Sammy with great recovery on the wall. And a pinch away. This could be so bad. No. Up it goes from Adzi. He gets the clear. He really does. This is really good. 30 seconds remaining. Island and Team Cryptik. It is back and forth. It could be anyone's game right now.
The opportunities are coming through. Island sitting on a fairly substantial amount of boosts, but the pressure's not out yet. They have to be able to close this out while they still have the chance.
This is an open net vibe. Snarf's there. It's straight up. Where's Bango? He's there as well. Oh, it's in! 4-3. Island are doing it. Bango is there ready and waiting.
We can't count them out, though. Kurto has so many goals in the last 3 seconds. So even though Island has done this phenomenal job, it's not over till the fat lady sings.
Team Cryptik were just scrambling to get back into defense, but Island, with the continuous pressure, the continuous aggression, I think they might have done it. I think with 5 seconds to go, I think this game is all but wrapped up. But never count it down until that ball hits the ground. Hits the ground. It's doinked up. I feel as though Snarf's gonna do something with this. Team Island might have taken this game away. They have. Team Cryptik have been shattered. Team Island are moving ahead to league play.
And now they get to come back. Bango we get to see again. An absolute monster in league play. Snarf to support him, and Vive, so much potential for growth. This is a team that could potentially be hitting the tops of OCE.
I'm actually really impressed with how that game went. It was so action-packed. It was so back and forth. I mean, Yummy, what did you think of it all?
I thought it was a great game to finish it off the day, the last match, and it really felt like at any point Team Cryptik could have come back. Unfortunately, they didn't, and really there was a massive difference in one area of the game that made it so that Island would win, and that was their defensive passes and their counterattacks. Any single time that Team Cryptik would come to commit to the ball, they were risking getting scored on completely.
Yep.
Because if it didn't happen, you'd get that pass across from Snarf to Bango or Snarf to Vive, and it would be immediately back in your own net or in your own half. And Team Cryptik didn't have the same. They were spending a lot of time defending, but they weren't being like threatening while they were in that spot. So I expected Ireland to win after I saw a lot of that.
Okay, wow. So you say that, was it the individual play styles from Ireland, or was it that kind of whole team dynamic that enabled that sort of a win?
I think it was the defensive passing. They also did have a lot. I mean, unfortunately for Team Cryptik, they didn't play their best. As individuals, you know, Adzi couldn't string together a full game of solid play. Sammy really struggled in that final game, just being so scared to go for the ball, so much so that he let opportunities come in for free that gave them 2 goals. And that was the difference between potentially winning and losing. And I do have to say, Kurto, I think, put up a really valiant effort. He had some struggles in defense, but he was immaculate in offense.
Yep.
I think we'll definitely be seeing him again in future. Sad for them to go, and especially for Sammy, because we kind of had that question whether he was going to have a big season or whether he was really relying on Zen and Plitz last season. But
we saw a lot of growth from Sammy as well. Because he was the rookie that came in, and we're like, where's he going to fit into these players we have seen a bit more of before? And we saw so much growth bringing the players together.
Yeah, for sure. And I do look forward to seeing how Ireland go, because as you said, there's a lot of growth potential here for league play.
Well, we've had a whole host of games today. Let's have a quick look now at how the whole bracket ended up between each of our matches. So we have the upper bracket here, and a lot of tumultuous effort came through.
Yeah, a lot of surprises. I know Chimpwits coming through will make a very, very happy Jake. Probably both Jakes would love Chimpwits now that I think about it. And Justice Esports also coming through the top bracket.
Some surprises as well, as Ireland took down Yumano, and then they finally made it there in the lower bracket. Remember, Ireland last week came 6th in the group stage, so they have come back in a big way. Team Cryptik making the long run as well, but it wasn't enough. Ireland is your 8th team, so we have Chiefs, Tainted Mind, Order, Legacy, Downloadable Content, Chimpwits, Justice Esports, and Ireland finishing out the top 8.
Well, I am very impressed with how every single team played today, because a lot of the time it was very, very close, so a big congratulations to all of them. But Yummy, if you had to choose one individual player from all of today, who would you choose as the MVP of the day?
I refuse to choose one. I think today a lot of the story went around these rookie players. You know, it was a day where we didn't have a ton of experienced players coming through, and I am going to include Decker in that, a big mention from him.
Yep.
Not because he played the best out of anyone, he was up there for sure, but the difference between last season, where he came into Jam Gaming, he didn't really feel ready to play in the top 8. He's put in the work, and he really feels like a top 8 team player now. You have to mention Kurto, who was there. Vive, even though he didn't perform every single game, he had some real blasting games in those series, and all of Justice Esports. I could put up all 3 of them, and it's all 3 of their first ever day. Wiss had some really big goals, really amazing attacks. Steve was really important in terms of controlling the pace, and Yeatsy just had these games where he won the series in game 5. Both times Yeatsy was the one who stepped up when it really mattered.
It was very impressive all round, so a big congratulations to Justice Esports, Chimpwits, and of course Ireland's heading straight through. And a huge thank you, guys, especially Yummy Cheeseman, Courier, and of course Jake, who we did have on today. So we're all going to be signing off here, but hopefully we'll see you guys soon.